Hey guys, Token Vaping, employed with Pacific Vapes. Today's juice review is on a brand that I've had, one of those that I've gotten the privilege and the honor to be able to speak with the owner and um, main person behind this company. It is based out of San Diego. The gentleman's name is Mike. Just as friendly and courteous, talking to as he is passionate about the vaping community and family as a whole. You can definitely hear his dedication and his how serious he takes this, just by talking with him for a few minutes and listening to, the attention to detail that they put into this, the quality control that they put behind this, to ensure that the line that they're putting out there is just as high quality and top shelf as anybody else's, and that they're not shorting you in any way, shape, or form. The name of the company is called Juice Brigade. And if you can see right there, it's kind of cool because right up top, they go with a kind of old gangster style motif theme. You can see the cityscape there. The three gangsters up in here. Their name is right here. The name of the flavor is right here. Their website is located right here. It's juicebrigade.com. There is their nicotine level as well as their mixed ratio. Warning and ingredient label on the side as well. So all of the qualities are there. They are child safety capped, glass bottles, and these are 30 ml bottles. On their website, you can purchase their juice directly from their website. If you go to juicebrigade.com, where it goes to shop now, it switches you over to their my Shopify site where you can purchase these directly. They do offer them in two sizes, a 30 ml for $17.99 and a 120 ml for $54.99. So definitely well priced for the size of the bottles that they're offering. They do offer 5 nicotine levels: a 0, a 3, a 6, a 9, and a 12. So the options are definitely there. The ingredients are all locally sourced. It's kosher VG, kosher PG. It is recognized by the FDA as it is safe and good, fine to use. Their nicotine is the same as the pharmaceutical grade. It is processed to be clean, to be, you know, it's not laced with a bunch of chemicals. It's not messed with at all in anything like that. It is a 70-30 mixture. But I will be honest with you, and I will show you here when I vape it. It vapes like a heavier, thicker ratio, more like an 80-20. It's really impressive, actually. No shortage of flavor whatsoever. The clouds are a lot thicker than you would expect from a 70-30. I have vaped some 70-30s where the clouds weren't as dense. It definitely was cloud production, just not thick like you would expect from a higher VG juice. Now, this being a 70-30, it does vape like it's a lot higher, and I will show you that here in a second. One of the main things that I learned about this line, after talking with Mike, that I think is really cool, they do not use a lot of sweetener or extra flavoring in their juices. They use just enough for what they need for the flavoring, but they don't add extra sweetener. There are some juice companies out there that do add the extra sweetener, not because they're trying to mess with you, but it does, in general, it does help bring out the flavor in some juice lines. Now, the people at Juice Brigade don't believe in using extra sweetener. They want their juices to be as, I guess you could say, as basic as need be. Like, the only things they put into it is what has to be in there. So, and I will be honest with you, I didn't realize there was a difference. Again, I'm not a mixologist. I'm not an expert in this. But after vaping this line, I went and tried a few other flavors from other ones that I've done reviews on, just to see if I taste a difference in that. Now, it's hard to say because obviously without having the same flavor made the same exact way, one with sweetener, one without, to get it an exact side by side, it's not going to be an exact comparison. However, you definitely can taste a difference. And by that I mean basically that there is an abundance of flavor, but it has almost, I don't want to, it has more of a clean taste. Now, I don't mean that to say that other companies' lines are chemically balanced or chemically induced, or that the flavors taste almost fake or anything like that. By no means whatsoever. There are a lot of companies out there that are using, really high quality chemicals in their PG, their VG, their flavoring, and their nicotine. Um, and by mixing it properly, you can get that proper flavor. However, vaping on this line, you can actually taste the difference. It has a much cleaner taste. You definitely have to try this line, regardless of anything else. But once you try it, you should be able to pick up what I mean. Now, I have done reviews on organic lines as well. They definitely have a much different taste. Um, but this one here, because it does not, they don't add, extra sweetener than what's needed, if at all. It definitely has just a much more cleaner vape to it. The other thing that I like about it is um, it does not, you can't really get a good shot there, but it does not gum up the cotton or coils as much as some other ones have. And that's not to say that if it does, it's because it's bad by any means. This isn't to knock other companies at all. Um, but this just vapes clean. It doesn't gum up. Now, a lot of times when I've done some flavors and I try one or two flavors before I change a wick, sometimes it does affect the cotton. It affects the coils. You notice that it makes the cotton really dark and dank, and it weighs heavily on it that nothing else afterwards can you taste. This doesn't do it. So that to me is really cool. Is that you know for as heavy flavored as they are, it doesn't cause your cotton to get all like soaked in with it. It doesn't cause it to mask other flavors. It doesn't cause your coils to caramelize or anything like that. It's just overall and all around. It's just a really good enjoyable vape. Now, different people are going to have different variations or versions of what they consider to be a good all day vape. Some people like the heavier clouds so that it's more relaxing, kind of um, an ode to like the old days where guys used to just chill out with like cigars and just relax, and that was what they considered good. For some people, that's way too much. Um, some people like more flavor. For them, that makes a good all day vape. They're not so much worried about the clouds, they just want to be able to enjoy the taste so that it makes them more relaxed and comfortable. I like both, but I don't like too much of either. Um, for me, a good all day vape is a flavor that is not going to be superly overpowering, that's not going to hit me in the face and just basically just oversaturate my tongue. Um, but also to where I don't feel like I'm choking on clouds because it's just such a thick plume of it. This is a very good mix of all of that. Like I said, it is a 70-30 mix. It does feel like a higher ratio when you see the clouds, but it doesn't short on the flavor. However, for as abundant as the flavor is, at no time whatsoever in any of the flavors that I tried did it feel that it was too much or that I felt like I was drinking the juice or basically just a direct ingestion of it. So, for an all day vape, this is definitely a good choice. Now, the non-added sweetener to that will change some people's perspective of what they like or what they don't like. Some people, honestly, you may be surprised by it and you may like it. And it may make you reevaluate a few other options that you're using. Some people, because you're so used to having that extra flavor kick to it, they may not take to it right away. However, it is definitely worth trying the line, if for nothing else, just to see the difference in it. Um, Flavor wise, they do have a nice little mixture of them. There are 5 flavors in this line to start with, and they are all named after famous gangsters from back in the day. So most of these everybody does know. The only one that they may not know, there's one called Three Finger Jack. That is a caramelized banana custard, basically put into a cake. It's topped with graham cracker crumbles and it has a slight vanilla undertone. I absolutely love that flavor. It's it basically is a banana custard. Now, I'll be honest, I don't fully get the graham cracker taste out of that, but I definitely get the banana, I get the caramelization taste of it, and I get the vanilla undertones. It is an amazingly smooth custardy vape. Um, I would show you the bottle, but I think I actually already went through it. But it's definitely um, worthwhile if you like custard, if you like dessert flavors. It is most definitely worth it. Absolutely great flavor. Pretty Boy Floyd is strawberries folded into a creamy frosting, so it's basically kind of like a strawberry cupcake with vanilla icing. Again, a dessert type flavor, very smooth, very enjoyable, not too sugary and not too overpowering. Um, Machine Gun Kelly, this one was a little different. I definitely was not expecting the taste that I got out of it. It's basically the main flavor of it is mango, but it has hints of pineapple and a few other tropical fruits um, with a sugary cream. Now, the only aspect of it that I got out of it is the flavor itself as you're vaping it definitely was enjoyable. It had that tropical, um, the kind of the drink type thing as you're sitting on the beach. The only thing I picked up on it afterwards is just the aftertaste of it was it had a little, I'm not gonna say that it tasted like it, but it had a little bit kind of a rubbing alcohol type flavor to it. I don't know if it was just the bottle that I've got, um, or if it was just maybe that mine I just didn't shake it up enough or something like that. The flavor itself and the vape itself was very nice. It was just that little tinge of an aftertaste to it. Now it wasn't to where I felt like I was gonna hack on it, cough, choke, anything like that by any means. Nothing that extreme, but there was a slight little um, just acidity on the back of my throat, so to speak. Um, Bugsy Siegel, he's the main one that I know out of all of these, but he was a big time gangster. Was one of the originator basically of Vegas. He built one of the first hotel casinos in that area. This is an apple pie. It's basically with a buttery crust and whipped cream. For that one, I'm a big apple pie fan. It's one of the only few dessert pies other than cheesecake that I'm a huge fan of. Um, the only negative part that I could say about that is I definitely got more cinnamon out of it. It almost to me tasted like it was it had more of an apple cider taste than it did an apple pie. If you've ever had warm apple cider with a cinnamon stick or cinnamon sprinkled into it, you'll definitely know what I mean by that then. Regardless, still, it was still an enjoyable taste. It's just going into it expecting it to taste like apple pie. Like I said, it just leans more towards the apple cider. Now, my favorite, like I said, I was a huge fan of the Three Finger Jack. My favorite of this one is Babyface Nelson. This one is basically if you've had the Fruity Loops mixed with your Crunch Berries. Um, it's I don't know if it's the lack of the sweetener. I don't know if it's just that they have figured out a way to make this taste a little different. Um, but I have tried a lot of cereal vapes. It is one of the flavors that I do like. This is different for me in the sense that it is a lot smoother. It's not saying smoother as far as like if you have the cereal taste with the milky undertone to it. It's smoother in the sense that you definitely get the flavor out of that, but it's not a harsh, crunchy, sugary handful of cereal in your mouth, but it doesn't have as strong of a milky undertone to it. So it's more specifically the cereal flavor, but it's just a lot smoother and well. well mixed together. Um, Again, no matter how I describe them, it's still, you have to definitely try this line. If your shop does not carry the line, definitely get them to reach out to Juice Brigade and Mike and try to get some samples in to try that. If you have tried them before, then you should all know what I mean by this. But none of the flavors, in my opinion, are bad. There's one or two little issues here and there, but I mean, you know what? Nobody ever makes a perfect line right out the gate. It just, that's with anything. Um, that's why they're always perfecting recipes. They're always changing things here and there. They're always trying to figure out better ways to do certain things. Um, Overall, very, very, very solid line. Overall, I am very happy and proud to be able to have done the review for this line. I'm grateful to Mike with the utmost respect for allowing me the opportunity and privilege to do this. Now, I want to show you the vape on this real quick. It is the Babyface Nelson, as you can see right there. This is the cereal flavor, and as always on my device that I'm going to vape with, I'm using my Texas Tough from USA Vape Mama. It's not another pansy cotton ball. Just picks up flavor really well and holds flavor a lot longer than regular cotton. So, and as you can see, it is a 70-30 mix, so it is going to be a little more fluid. However, the vape on it, it definitely vapes like a heavier VG mix. Amazing, amazing, amazing flavor. And right there, just as I was saying that, it hit its smoothness. And like I said, it's not a smoothness to where you would think it's like it's supposed to be cereal and milk. It's straight on cereal, but it has a smoothness to it so that it makes it just that much more enjoyable instead of feeling like you just grabbed a handful of it and just started eating it. I'm like I said, I'm not sure how they did it or what they did to it, but they definitely hit it with this one. Um, this has definitely now become probably one of my top three favorite cereal flavors. I will be doing a my favorite specific flavor or brands for that flavor vlog here soon. This most definitely is in my top three. It's just an amazing flavor overall. This one I know I'm going to end up going through real quick. But as you can see, the clouds are thick. I have vaped some 70-30s before that the clouds were very abundant. They were definitely there, but they didn't have the solidness that this does. It didn't have the thickness to where you could almost look like you could cloud up the camera, which I'll show you here real quick. I mean, that's a solid cloud. Um, I'm still learning how to properly do my O's and everything else like that, and I've been able to get them much better with this line. I don't know specifically what it is in it. I don't know um, what it is about it, but I'm telling you, guys, girls, anybody, everybody, shops, vapors, non-shops, just you need to try this line. You need to reach out to Juice Brigade. You need to ask your shops to reach out. You need to contact them. They're on Instagram, Facebook. Definitely hit them up on their website, juicebrigade.com. Like I said, 30 ml bottles, 120 ml bottles, very reasonably priced. Definitely, definitely try this line out. You will be missing out on a really good all day vape option if you don't ever give them a try. Um, Mike, Juice Brigade, guys, thank you so very much. This was a huge privilege. I'm a big fan of your line. Um, like I said, your Babyface Nelson, Three Finger Jack, great, great flavors. The rest of them are all good as well. There was, like I said, one or two little hiccups, but nothing huge to deter from that. With that, guys, Token Vaping, Employ the Pacific Vapes. I'm on here, YouTube. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest. Like, follow, subscribe, hit me up, email, anything, tokenvaping@gmail.com. Any questions, any concerns, anything out there that you want to know about to help better your vaping experience, anything that I can do, absolutely I will do. Just let me know. I will reach out to the companies as best I can, and I will see what I can find out for you. Till next time, guys, thanks for watching. Vape on, vape strong. Have a good night.